It's the search for Britain's blooming best florist. 4 local artisan florists from across the UK will be taking on floral design challenges designed to test their creativity and technical know-how. Episode 1 saw them tackle peonies, with Jo coming out on top. But will they stay there with 3 more challenges to go? Only one can be champion. Judging them are the people who know flowers and style inside out. Florist to the stars, Simon Lycett. Interior designer Eva Shanaike, and Karen Barnes, an international weddings and events florist and top floristry judge.
We're giving our age away there, Judge Karen. Let's not do that.
They won't be the only ones judging. At the end of the show, you'll get a chance to have your say on Instagram. It's time to celebrate artisan floristry on the high street. Welcome to Interflora's Great British Bloom Off.
Hello, I'm Karen Barnes and I'm here as one of the judges for the Interflora Great British Bloom Off. I'm looking for lots of creativity. There's going to be some fabulous flowers used with these amazing competitors. I'm looking for lots of absolutely beautiful displays and I'm really excited about today. Hello florists, welcome to week 2. This week we have a celebrity challenge. It's all about weddings.
With restrictions easing, we are expecting wall-to-wall weddings this summer. And brides and grooms will be looking to celebrities for inspiration to make their day extra special.
I think one of the most anticipated this year must be Stacey Solomon and Joe Swash, the Instagram royalty.
So we'd like you to make a bridal bouquet that Stacey would be delighted to take down the aisle. It must reflect her personality and you have 45 minutes to create your design.
As always, we will be judging you on your creativity and your use of colour, your composition and design, and those all-important floristry techniques.
Florists, let the blooms begin. So how exciting is this challenge? All about weddings with the Stacey Solomon influence behind it.
And I think weddings are probably one of the occasions when everybody connects with their florist.
Absolutely.
Completely,
I think it's the most important day in your life for, I think, every bride.
Absolutely important. And the only thing, in my opinion, that should outshine the flowers is the bride herself in her beautiful frock.
Well, to be honest, it's quite hard to outshine the personality that is Stacey Solomon, isn't it?
Exactly,
I mean, she's
exactly.
quite bold and loud. We know she loves her flowers.
She adores them.
I know.
Absolutely
Have you seen her floral arches around her house?
Stunning.
And I think she even used kind of a floral wall in her utility room.
I think Stacey will want to have a very much her personality come through in the whole wedding, not just the flowers. And I think she'll have a lot of input.
Of course.
Because she likes to do things herself. She likes to make things. She's very creative.
Yeah.
She is the girl next door.
I think so.
But so many people absolutely love her and follow her.
Yeah.
Well, I will be keeping my gimlet eye out to see what these florists are creating because
Completely.
I do think wedding work and bridal bouquets are a really good indicator of how good or bad skills for florists are.
Absolutely.
We can all make a tied bunch, but actually to create a bridal bouquet is a very different matter. Those stems need to be as minimal as possible. You don't want to be carrying this huge
Exactly,
thing.
I know.
Yeah.
You've got a very pale, generally a very pale dress against
Yes.
which cut stems could go against
Yes.
it, could mark. There's lots of jeopardy, so I'm so excited about this
So
challenge.
excited.
Yes, same here.
Hello, Charlotte.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, not too bad, thank you.
Tell me about this creating a wedding bouquet
Yeah,
challenge.
so I love doing wedding bouquets. It's like my bread and butter in the shop, but especially for Stacey and Instagram stalking her and on her stories and finding out her wedding ideal scrapbook. She had a ton of white, loose, romantic bouquets with lots of eucalyptuses. So I thought it'd be ideal to add in different variations of eucalyptus because it's got that Australian link.
Exactly. Is it the type of plant material that you would generally use for wedding bouquets that you've selected?
Yeah, it seems to be at the moment, especially the roses, peonies and like the David Austin roses, just because they've got that gorgeous luxury look about them, haven't they? And they got that lovely smell.
And so what floristry skills are you going to be showcasing to us judges today?
So probably not as many as I should do. You put me on the spot. I'm going to think on my feet now.
I look forward to seeing what you create for Stacey and for the three of us. See you later, Charlotte.
Jo, welcome to week 2. How are you today?
I'm good, thank you.
Great. It's all about weddings this week, isn't it?
It is.
Okay, tell me more about what you're doing here. It looks absolutely stunning.
So, obviously a bouquet for Stacey.
Yes.
So, she met Jo in Australia.
Yes,
so
exactly.
I'm using traditional grevillea, flowered grevillea, which is an Australian flower.
General, when you're creating wedding bouquets, what are you looking for? Because, you know, obviously brides always come with a vision. It's the most important day of their life.
Yeah.
How do you make that work for,
A lot of us guide our brides in the right direction as well. And they, you know, they tend to come round. It's an art what we do, and they tend to trust us, so which is great. So
yeah,
we just sort of try and nurture that vision that they have for us to be able to create it.
So we trust you today to inspire us again.
I hope so. I'm feeling the pressure now.
No, don't feel the pressure. You've done very well.
Yeah.
Very excited to see you.
So yes, so that's where we're at.
Great, fantastic. Thank you so much. I shall see you later.
Yeah, thank you.
Hello, Mike.
Hello.
So how are you doing?
I'm doing okay, I think.
This is looking gorgeous.
Thank you very much.
What a brief to have.
I know, it's good, isn't it?
It is gorgeous. So talk me through what have you chosen and the reasons why?
Well, being a bit of a Stacey snooper now, since we've had the brief.
Yes.
Like, she wants a wedding in a garden. If you look at the sort of stuff she's got a big rose arches in the garden.
She has, yes.
So I'm thinking you've got to go wild and gardeny and typically English. Yeah. But I'm also thinking that they met in Australia, so I have shelves.
You've got these. I've just seen these shelves. How long did it take you to put these wires on these beautiful
A long
shelves?
time.
I can see how the technique here is just exquisite.
So
how
they're
neat.
actually, I did try glue gunning them on, and they're actually super glued on in the end.
Well, they look
but
fabulous.
I picked just like little soft peachy pink shells.
Gorgeous.
Just to match the flowers. And that's a nod to Australia.
Very clever.
But I just did ribbons, just light ribbons as well. Just to thread over the flowers.
As she walks,
so it'll all quiver.
The light will just. Well, best of luck.
Thank you very much. See you at the end.
Hello, Erica.
Hello.
How are you?
Yes, very well, thank you. All good.
Gorgeous jasmine here as you're creating. Tell me about your bridal bouquet.
So yes, I'm making a bridal bouquet for Stacey. When Instagram, like stalking her on social media and stuff like that, she likes all like whites and naturals and bits and bobs, and so I've just tried to add in as much dried stuff and textures throughout the design, and I'm going to tie it off in a minute, and I'm going to bring it all the way down by maybe gluing some orchids further down and adding a big jasmine trail to it in a minute.
Lovely.
But yeah, just something really romantic and beautiful, not overdone too much. I think that's what she would kind of maybe go for.
And you've got some beautiful little orchids in there,
yes,
snugged in there. Are they the type of plant material you would usually use in a wedding bouquet?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, if we've got some plants around and bits we just can chop from them, and that adds great little texture, and it's a cheap way of doing it really when you cut your plants and using corsages and things like that.
I think every florist I know has got some jasmine growing in their garden that's come from a plant that they've hacked at.
Or like rosemary and bits and bobs like that, yeah.
And is that what you would gravitate? It's some lovely little fragrant moments in there, the eucalyptus, the jasmine. Do you always work in that way?
Majority. I think our style is a bit more loose and natural. But the eucalyptus is obviously a very popular one with the weddings at the moment, and also because of the whole Australian thing with Stacey, I've added that in as well, and just all nice textures really.
And so what florist techniques am I going to be seeing from what you're creating?
I've wired, not loads to be fair, but I have wired all my orchids, so the stems are wired, and I'm then going to create maybe some gluing techniques down the shower, and so on.
I can't wait to see it.
Nor
Let's
can I.
hope it's the winner. See you later,
Thank you.
Erica.
Florist, you have 5 more minutes left. Florist, your time is up. The bells are ringing and we're going to the chapel. Show us your wedding blooms. So judges, look at this gorgeousness of a wedding bouquet. It's beautiful, it looks very natural.
It feels really young as well, and I think that that's one thing that I think Stacey just has such a vibrancy about her, and this has a fabulous spontaneity.
If I may, I'm going to pick it up.
Oh, do.
Let's just see how it feels in the hand. We have the detail of this beautiful ribbon concealing the tying point and the spiralling of the stems, so very well constructed.
Might we argue the stems are quite long?
They're a little long, maybe getting into any detail on the dress, who knows?
I think it's perfect for Stacey. I just feel it has this opulent femininity, and it's just something I really could see her with.
And this little bit of movement from the grasses is great.
Yes.
Clever, well constructed.
As Stacey walks, they will just flow with her walk.
Yeah, there's movement in this arrangement.
Well, here we are, judges. Another beautiful bunch. Great colour palette, isn't it?
Very, very
It's got an almost tropical feel to it, hasn't it?
I'm just going to pick it up.
Yes,
because
please do so.
Go for
it's
it.
quite a beauty, isn't it?
It's gorgeous, and you know,
Look,
it looks beautiful with your suit.
It does it? Do you think it suits me?
stunning.
Let's hope she's going to have a
wedding with
do you
the
think
colours.
Stacey will be wearing a bit of pink, perhaps?
Yes, she might be. But the pampas, that's
love
giving
the
that
pampas.
sort of almost a beachy feel
I
to
love
it.
the pampas. It gives it this, kind of boho vibe. Which
It's
just
very
makes
on
it-
trend at the moment
Very.
as well.
Love it.
Yes,
So-
it is.
So
Does
Jo-
that mean it's too on trend?
Well,
That's
Who
the big question.
knows?
I don't know. I like
Celebs,
it.
we look to celebs to be starting the trends.
We do.
Do they want to follow them? It's a tough call,
It is.
isn't it?
Tough
Because
call.
no one wants to stand out as being the stranger that suddenly decided to do something so radical on their wedding day.
Yes.
Or do they? Who knows?
The next creation, how beautiful is that?
very delicate and real eye for detail. It's all the little things that we see, such as the shells, the seashells, these lovely wisps of ribbon, and the shortness of the stems. Very comfortable.
Very comfortable. It fits in your hand. I can see Stacey as she is, petite. It's really fitting into her hand.
You could actually carry it so it's upright if you wanted to.
I love the shells. I'm really, really interested to see those textures come in, but I am slightly disappointed that I'm seeing the mechanics here. So quite clearly I can see that that's been glued onto a wire, and if that had just been concealed slightly more amongst the foliage.
I'm quite intrigued that Mike has actually chosen to display this bouquet on a wedding dress on a suitcase.
I love that.
I think as florists we are often involved in people's really personal stories.
Yes,
so
we are.
How lovely that Mike's telling us a story.
Yes, it's beautiful.
And another beautiful bouquet with a wonderful array of really tonal plant material.
It's gorgeous.
So what's Erica used in this?
Well, when I talked to her, she said that she wanted to make a trail from this lovely jasmine plant.
So beautiful.
And then she's just, you'll see, just wired on, glued on, I think actually, she's glued on some little stems of orchid flowers just to echo the orchids that are within.
It's
the
so
arrangement.
delicate.
Isn't it?
The jasmine has a gorgeous fragrance.
Yeah.
Yes, it was gorgeous. And the train is just absolutely beautiful, how it drapes and just absolutely stunning.
Now, I think they're a bleached peacock feather that's
exactly.
lurking in
I
there.
was just lost for words. They're bleached peacock
And the
feathers.
little hair's tails.
Yeah.
Now I
it's just
remember,
absolutely lovely.
as Simon was saying earlier, when these were very in vogue in the 70s.
We're giving our age away there, Judge Karen, let's not do that. One thing I'm slightly concerned about, and I slightly can't unsee it now, is as this was being created by Erica, these two anemones just looked at me like a pair of eyes.
Do they?
And I'm really
I can see that now.
I'm really trying to unsee them doing that. I would have, and there is a little cluster
There's
of them
another
here.
eye there, yes.
I would have just loved one or two more of them just to take that eye-ness away from me. But I think what beautiful mixtures of texture, of colour, and as you say, technically beautifully made.
Yes. Well done to Erica.
Well, all of our florists have made judging this one very challenging.
Very challenging
Very
again,
challenging.
isn't it? Yes.
It's time for the judges to decide who the winner of this challenge will be.
When you highlight it, there's a get one.
After much deliberation, we have a winner. And the winner for this challenge is Erica.
Erica, your bridal bouquet is blooming beautiful. There is interesting, innovative use of plant material, and it is technically perfect. Well done.
I'm absolutely delighted that I have won this challenge because wedding bouquets are one of my favourite things to do, to be honest. The timing was very tight and I was rushing around at the end, but finally we did get there. Stacey, if you're watching, then I'm your florist.
What a challenge. Remember to stay tuned. Next week is all about feel-good flowers.
It's almost your beautiful dress in a
vase.
I
vase.
thought so. I thought I'll have to take this with
It
me.
is actually.
Do you agree with the judges? Have your say on Instagram and you could win a one-of-a-kind bouquet handcrafted by an artisan florist on a high street near you.